So this bastard thing.
This bastard thing for sure. Yes, let's have a little chat about my most recent purchase in my last video. The PS4 Pro Death Stranding edition. There's only like 12 in stock at CEX. I've already had comments from the video saying they tried to get, I believe, the exact same console, even in boxed form. They're all awful condition as well. And that generally, sometimes you look at consoles and they are actually quite scuffed up, despite your best efforts maybe. So yeah, I have discovered count them, 5 issues with the console inside the first week. So in the video, we discovered the first 2 cosmetic issues, and chronologically I then filmed like the little cleaning bit afterwards. Right, I just gave it a quick wipe down, just a light wipe down. No Brillo pads involved. And I discovered a 3rd cosmetic issue, which just kind of like tipped me over the edge at that point. I was like, okay, I've had enough. So in the last video, during the editing process, I kind of like just put in the little snippet of CEX's grading philosophy, or grading whatever. Now, boxed and unboxed are the same, apart from you obviously don't get the box of unboxed, and that is good to mint condition. And then discounted, I highlighted it as well in the video. It's like chips, scratches and dents, and that'll just make it discounted immediately. And we have a very minor chip, I know it's very minor. We've got imperfection where some damage has happened, and we actually have some more physical issues, which I'm going to show you momentarily. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Cut to that little segment now. I'm going to show you the physical issues. Let's go. So please allow me to demonstrate said physical cosmetic issues on said console. Okay, so the one which I was more than happy to overlook, a small little tiny chip there. See that? Yep, not a really big issue. That's absolutely fine. And then we're going to go to the Beyonce Halo. I have got a light shining, but I'm not sure. Right, there you go. I can just about see it. There we go. Get the light on it. But I can only imagine a hot mug or something has just been placed down. Like, yeah, I'm going to use my PS4 Pro as a coaster, mate. Not quite sure why. But let's get to the pièce de résistance, shall we? Let me bring you to the back of the console. So those 2 things I was kind of almost willing to overlook, right? If the controller and console works absolutely fine, maybe. Now let me just find them, because they're not immediately obvious. So I found these whilst I was just cleaning. Right, so if I flex the back of the lid here, as you can see, what's that I see there? A lovely crack. What's that I can see there? It's a lovely crack. Oh, there's another one. There's at least 1, 2, 3, 4. That's almost one there. So I have got, I think, 4 cracks all the way through the back of the lid here, and 2 or 3 more that have started here. So yeah, I just saw this whilst I was cleaning. I was like, what are these marks at the back of the console? And I was like, oh, are you kidding me? They're cracks to the back of the console. So at that point, I'm just like, for crying out loud. Let me just see if I can use it. Just see if it even works. What a palaver, eh? What a palaver. So yeah, I couldn't believe it when I was cleaning it. I saw at the back just some issues, and I was like, what are those? What are those kind of like scratches or something? It's weird. They're cracks. How the hell do you crack this thing in like 5 different places throughout the back of that lid? Mad. Someone abused this damn thing. But I thought, right, okay, I'll go into my local CEX store. Not my local. Someone said only a game collector would say local, and they mean their local CEX store. You are indeed right, my friend. And as I replied to you, there probably are worse vices to have, probably. So yeah, I'll take this in this weekend, hopefully, and just get a refund. Part CEX voucher, part cash. That's how I paid for this in the first place, and I believe that's how they reimburse you. And I'm sure they'll have no issues with it. But I thought to myself, right, that's next week. I've got Gran Turismo 7. I can still play the bloody thing, and let's just make sure the console and the controller works and everything, right? That's surely going to work. Turn it on, install it, no issues whatsoever. Everything looks good. Small little rant about Gran Turismo 7 and the state of new games. That thing holds your hand like crazy. It must have taken me half an hour before it just said, all right, and you can go off now. It was like, oh, introducing a new thing. Oh, make sure you check this out. Go here next, go here next. Go click on that first. Nothing else. You have to click on this thing to progress. I'm like, give me my cash and let me play the game. It's a racing game, it's not hard. So yeah, I played that for half an hour. And anyone that's played Gran Turismo, right, they know like during the menus, you can either use the D-pad to navigate the menu, the different icons, it jumps to the icons with the D-pad, or you can use the analog stick as kind of like a mouse cursor, a free moving mouse cursor. And I did that a few times, and I just noticed on a few of them, my mouse cursor would just kind of like, just suddenly like, just jump up a little bit. I was like, okay, that's weird, did a little bit more. And would you believe it, like half of the time, I'd use it and try and click it to the next one, and then the cursor would just start rolling up the screen. I'm like, oh, I've got stick drift on the bloody controller, mate. Brilliant. Now, going into this, and part of the reason why I was almost so close to overlooking the small issues, was that if you look up the Death Stranding PS4 controller, there are people trying to get £90 to £100 for one of those things. There's not many of them, only a few are listed. And there are, I believe, a couple of examples of them selling at like £70. So the small investment part of my head was like, oh, that would be a good future investment. I'll use the console as it is, and if anything goes wrong, I'll take it to CEX and they can either attempt to fix it, give my money back, replace it, whatever they want to do. And I'll keep the controllers kind of like a small investment if nothing does go wrong. What a great idea. But no, it's got stick drift, very minor stick drift, but in games where, I don't know, let's just say it's an open world adventure. I had exactly the same thing with Hogwarts Legacy when I got my Series S used with a controller. The left stick would just like go up. So you could just be walking around, and if you stop and let go of the controller, your view just goes up. The camera just goes up at the ceiling. I'm like, well, that's not right, is it? No, of course, it has stick drift as well. I don't know why it is such an issue with this generation of console. Like PS3 and Xbox 360 didn't have it anywhere near as bad, and those things could be abused. They took some abuse before they started breaking, seriously. It's like they have a pretty high success rate of working these days, as long as they're official. But it seems like if you buy a modern controller, it just has a limited lifespan. And it's so frustrating. But let's move on from the controller not working, because that's our fourth issue. The fifth issue. I'll insert that one right here, but I am getting miffed. I'm getting miffed.
So this bastard thing, I'm just playing Gran Turismo, half an hour, right? I'm having a terrible time because of the controller, thanks for that, guys. And this just decided to go beep beep off. It just turned itself off, 2 beeps and off. Straight away, completely off. Are you kidding me? The list of problems with this thing just continues. Oh look, what was this? Well, it wasn't turned off properly. Something because you turned yourself off.
So that's right. So during my gameplay, the console just went beep beep and just immediately shut itself off. For fuck's sake. It crashed on me. It beeped and crashed on me, and then it had the audacity to say, excuse me, your PS4 console wasn't turned off correctly the last time you turned it off. And I went, oh, funny that, mate. You turned yourself off. That's fucking why. So yeah, 5 issues. 3 cosmetic issues, which would mean it's clearly discounted to condition. A controller that doesn't actually work, doesn't function properly, it would just be irritating. You could use it, but it would be irritating in a lot of certain games where the stick just decides to go off, the camera just decides to start twirling over somewhere else. But then the console itself, now I played this game for no more than 40 minutes. And it is in kind of like one of those kind of IKEA cube type things, but it's open back, there is space there, and the machine does have space to breathe. And it's practically winter in the UK, it's like 20 degrees in the room, it's not like it's 30 something and sweating and baking. So, and it just crashed and shut down. So I started back up again a few minutes later. I'll just reset the damn thing. And that was the death knell. That was the absolute nail in the coffin. It's going back. I am usually so impartial. I try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. People have off days, right? People make mistakes. And you can't just go off on someone because of a mistake. You don't know what's happening. But someone clearly has not done their job that day. Maybe they're just a bit shit. But someone's ultimately not done their job, okay? It happens. But for them to overlook 5 points as to why this shouldn't even be for sale, which is a shame because, as I said, these things are not easy to find. Like, yes, go on eBay and you'll find them, but they are uncommon. And this is going to be another one that, unless they send it off to a repair centre, I believe CEX are kind of like linked or paired with a repair centre, right? They've previously said we can fix stuff, or if you have like stick drift or issues, right, they can send it off to whoever their third-party repair is. I don't know who that is. I have no idea if they're any good or whatsoever. Please do let me know in the comments below who CEX use, if you've used them and if they're any good. But yeah, unless they can fix this, like the controller and the console itself, it's another one that's going to be scrapped basically, and it's another one that is going to be out of circulation. So it's going to be that 0.1% harder to find, which is a massive shame. But it does seem to be the way these things are going with all these modern consoles. They just break. And now this is the 4th PlayStation 4 console I've had, and the 4th which has just decided to not play Paul. I do feel like there's something that I'm not meant to play PlayStations. So unfortunately that's that. This weekend I'm hopefully going to take it back, and I might just do a short snippet. I don't really know the point. I'm obviously not going to like film the staff member or their reaction or anything silly like that. But yeah, I might just say it was all done, excellent, well done. If it isn't, then I will go on an absolute rant. But I am starting to get somewhat disillusioned. Like yesterday, when it happened at least, or whenever I first thought about doing this, I was in a pretty bad place about all this. I was just so like, oh, for God's sake, I'm giving up on it, sod it, get it gone, don't care. I was close also to doubling down and just buying another one, or buying a more expensive limited edition console, like a Monster Hunter one. That was catching my eye, because these things are difficult to find, like Vinted or eBay. And then you have like 0, 1, 2 of those places. You might be able to get a little bit cheaper. They might pop up more rarely, but so many of them do have issues or cosmetic issues. Now, thank you for all the comments and things that I've had on the video that I did post, I think the start of this week, where I picked this up. Really great engagement so far. I think that is my like 1 out of 10 videos so far, so my best performing video to date, which is fantastic news. I'm really happy about that. I've had some comments just saying, obviously, as I mentioned at the start of this video, someone had the same issue. Someone said, I think, like, it doesn't look that bad on camera, and I know that it is an issue, whether it's the camera trying to just filter it a little bit or smooth things. But yeah, it's not great, and obviously it's crashed anyway, so great news. And I think I had 1 or 2, and obviously people say this in general. I think on a Reddit thread as well, when I was looking these kinds of things up, people just say, why don't you just get PS5? And I think there just has to be a little bit of a leak there. There's definitely a bit of a disconnect. I thought about this for a good 5-10 minutes the other night. This is not even in my collection, but in the entire shed and the household electronics wise, the single biggest purchase, the most expensive thing that I bought. This £175. I think the only thing that comes close is the Series S, which I got for around 160, 170 about 3 years ago. But everything else is like, it's cheaper than that. Now it's a massive expenditure for me. This is a massive luxury item, which I've also had to go out of my way and just kind of trade stuff in and build some cash towards. And yes, it has not taken me long to do at all, but that isn't like, it's not money I had lying around. I've had to trade things in order to get this. So that disconnect from people saying, oh, it's £175, it's not that much for a leap to PS5. It is. eBay listings, you're not going to get one cheaper than 300. Maybe you might be lucky enough to get one below 300. I obviously have no desire for the digital edition, because what's the point? I've got PS4 games and things. I want that whole backwards compatibility. I want the Blu-ray player, and I know you can add it on later. But again, it's not like they're massively cheaper than like £200. And brand new, that's a whole different rant. They're still 500 or whatever. It's mad. CEX want $385 for an original PS5, which is discounted as well. So again, it's going to be in poor condition. And it's just, the price of these things, considering that they are now 5 years old, it's insane. But you're doubling your money if you want a PS5, and it's just a bit too much of a reach for me right now. There's just a little bit of disconnect there between where I am kind of like financially. This is a big luxury item. It's still a lot of money. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this little, not a mini CEX rant. I don't quite know what I'm going to title this. I don't want it to be too clickbaity and be like, oh, I'm going to go off on CEX, but I am starting to get a little bit disillusioned. I'm not having the best experiences, and considering the grading system, this is clearly a discounted console. So I'm not going to kick up a fuss. This didn't come from my local store, so I have no issue with the employees there, obviously. So always be friendly and respectful, because there's no point being angry or ranty about these things. These things do happen. It's a bit of a nightmare. But yes, please do like, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully future content will not be so disillusioned, or I've got problems with this, that and the other. Thank you so much.